Hey, welcome back, guys. All right, so Leos, let's take a little peek at whatever has been like stagnated. And I just say that because we have a statue behind me, but now kind of is getting like the green light or the clear skies. Knight of Wands has Leo's, we'll say, libido been on hold? Has Leo not found anyone attractive in a while? Has Leo not felt attractive in a while? And yeah, things are changing. This is still kind of like a tentative, feels like Leo is just starting to flirt with somebody. They're just starting to feel like themselves again. They're just starting to feel attractive again. They're just starting to maybe come back after healing from something for quite a while. That death and rebirth definitely talks of a Leo who, had to heal themselves from something, had to recuperate. We have an Eight of Cups upright, Fool, and the Ace of Swords. Leo is fully restoring their former like glory. This is a Leo saying, I really can stop thinking about the ex. Honestly, I'm ready to leap into somebody else's arms now. I'm ready for my next adventure. I realize that, what I learned with an ex was, a lot about like maybe they were a divine counterpart because we see like the spiral arm of the Milky Way right there. And this is obviously something divine, but it's also over. That lesson is over. I can let this person go now. And here comes the sunlight back into my life. Here comes the rainbows back into my life. Here comes my opportunity to do things so differently. With that Ace of Swords, it's like, oh my gosh, I have these great ideas and I feel really happy and feels, I don't know, just feels really joyful. Six of Pentacles, it's more than just feeling attractive again and feeling flirtatious again. It's also, I think Leo hasn't been this like connected to people in a long time. I think Leo was either involved with somebody who could have like really taken a lot of their time and their thoughts. And then the healing process to get over this person also took a lot of Leo's time and thoughts. It was almost like Leo was sick. When we're sick and we're laying down, like we don't have time and energy to talk to anybody because we're ill. But I'm going to say that this was like Leo was really grieving the loss of a connection for quite a while. And they kind of had isolated themselves as if they were ill. And now they're not like that anymore. Now it's like, I'm a shiny new penny. I got all these ideas of things I want to do with the people that I love. I'm going to see friends. I'm hanging out with coworkers again. I want to spend money to go visit people that I care about because I can be present for them now. My heart's healed. Let me check up on my people. Let me call out to all the friends I've ever had. Let me go ahead and reconnect to people that I care for. There may also be a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius that is, I don't know if this is the person who is still thinking about Leo, though. This feels pretty cold. What is this King of Swords doing here? And he seems to have graduated. He seems to have figured something out. Page of Swords. God, I'm so sorry, but Leo in this storyline is very precise. It's very specific. As Leo got their happiness back, as Leo is like re-embarking on a journey of feeling like themselves again, we have a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, masculine in this case, who has been spying on Leo. They have seen Leo get their happiness back. They've seen Leo become more boisterous, more vibrant. Both times we see Leo with their arms up in like a power pose, like feeling happy again. What are you thinking? King of Swords. You see Leo doing better. You see Leo happy again. And what is it as you spy? Ooh, it's hurting their heart. It's collapsing their ego. They're realizing, I see Leo really, really joyful. I see Leo as this amazing, bright, shining light. I see Leo starting their life again. And I can tell it's without me. I don't know. A King of Swords is usually pretty decisive. And this says he was certainly thinking about suddenly trying to come back into Leo's life. Now, will he do this, or is he being like totally disappointed because he sees that Leo is happy again without him, and it's super deflating? And it's like, I actually always thought I'd get back together with Leo, but I can see that they're happier without me. I can see that they're doing amazing. I don't know just yet. What is this Eight of Wands? Are you really thinking that suddenly you must I mean, this is like get on a flight and fly to Leo if that's what it takes. 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. No, this is them thinking, I can see Leo's happiness is back. I can see Leo doesn't want to be with me. That's why it's so deflating. So wait, did you want Leo to be miserable and you weren't in their life and you thought someday I'll come back to them, but now that they look happy without me, now I'm not going to? Three of Swords. That's mean. That's terrible. You liked it better when Leo was obviously devastated over you? Why? Six of Cups, because then I knew we were feeling the same way. So wait a second. Have you been devastated over Leo? The Chariot. They thought this was some weird game. They thought this was like a chess game where, you know, we're soulmates. I like it when Leo is devastated over me, because then I know that they still want me, and it's a weird game that we were playing, but it was a chess game, but the chess game was almost over. I was about ready to come back in to Leo's world. Oh, this person is like a heart of ice. Two of Coins. Yeah, I just been debating when should I come back in, and like basically how should I come back in? Should I wear my baseball cap or my cowboy hat? They were almost ready with that clock. You know, I said this person has a heart of ice, and actually their own heart is on the tip of a sword. So somebody who actually wanted Leo all this time has been letting a situation of pain exist, because in their mind it was like, yeah, but I mean, at some point, you know, this game will be over, and then I'm just trying to decide like when I show up. But I was about to. I mean, they could have gotten to the point where they were looking at flights if they needed to fly to get to Leo. So you were really going to come toward Leo. Yeah, Lover's card. Oh gosh, they've been thinking more and more heavily about Leo all the time. Yeah, I want Leo. I want Leo. So crazily enough, they are part of that statue energy that's behind me. They have been on hold, but paused, but very much like, okay, any day now I'm going to move toward Leo, because I mean, of course I still want this Leo. So now that you can see that Leo is doing better, now you're devastated and you're not going to move toward Leo. Nope, now it's a missed opportunity. Four of Cups. I'm glad this person is staying away, frankly, because Leo did just finally get over them. I don't know, universe, do you want to weigh in on this and tell us what is actually, let's go with this deck. What have you got to say about this behavior of this King of Swords? Universe says they spy, blocked energy, stuck energy, all this sword energy, everything's just been playing out in somebody's head. I don't know if they believed that they had to wait long enough to where Leo wasn't blocking them anymore, but instead Leo was stuck on them and missing them, and they've been watching and waiting carefully for the day, like trying to get into somebody else's head and figure out, okay, I'm going to time it right when I think, you know, Leo's heart is weak, and then they're going to want me. Playing all this out in one's head instead of communicating it doesn't yield the right results. You can't get in somebody else's brain and imagine things that aren't really there. Okay, so hang on, let me get another card on this. The Sun sideways. That energy of like it made them kind of happy to think that Leo was stuck. That is Leo. Leo's not happy without me. I have to watch this. I have to know this for a while. And then when Leo decides that I can really tell that they're super unhappy without me and they're stuck on me for long enough, then I'll know that it's me they still want. And so, I don't know, the universe is like, this was the plan. This was what they were spying for, watching for. I got to make sure that Leo's unhappy without me. Did Leo block them? Is that what this is about? They think Leo blocked them and they needed to wait until... Oh, we have got a Six of Swords and a Three of Pentacles. Yeah, they're saying Leo left me, moved on to go to calmer waters, but then I was waiting for them to actually write me, invite me back in. So they've been waiting all this time to hear from Leo. That's what this is really boiling it down to. They've been waiting all this time to hear from Leo and hoping that Leo gets to the point where they really miss them. Why did this King of Swords not just reach out toward Leo themselves and say sorry? Come on. They didn't want to say sorry. They would have needed to say sorry if they reached out. Nine of Swords in the reverse. This person doesn't like to put themselves through any distress. World card. They just simply wanted a new beginning. They didn't reach out because it would have required a sorry. And I don't think that they wanted to take on the stress of that. They just wanted a new beginning. No acknowledgement of whatever happened in the past, just a do-over. Was that feasible that would have worked? No. This is so ego-based, like all of this with the Tower here. No. That's the real problem with this storyline. The real reason they never came toward Leo is they cannot drop their ego. They needed to be invited back in. And my God, all this time, this is somebody who has sat there all this time waiting for Leo to ask them back in so that they wouldn't have to reach out to Leo first and give an apology. I'm so glad in the storyline that Leo is beyond this. Okay, universe, what happens for the Leo at this point? We've got the Strength card in the reverse. It says, Leo's just barely maybe back on their feet and over this. They're still a little depleted in their energy. Four of Pentacles. I think that if this king was sitting there on their doorstep, Leo might have a hard time figuring out what to do with this. But it says for Leo's future, we have this energy of not 100% like all powered up yet, still, holding back, I think, from actually going out and meeting somebody new at this moment in time. This is kind of a delicate time because I do think that if this King of Swords did reach out, I think Leo could be, dealing with them again. But I don't see that this King of Swords is going to. I see it as Leo's just a little bit wobbly at the moment, but they're getting beyond this. And although Leo doesn't know it yet, this is the most fragile time. But I think this is also the time where Leo fully is going to be restored 100%. And maybe then meet somebody new, possibly a Scorpio. And Leo does not know this yet. I kind of think that we're like, I'm picturing in those movies where like somebody knows that like you've got to be really quiet. We're going through an area where there could be an avalanche of snow. So nobody make any loud noises. Don't create the avalanche. Anything can set it off and then we'll be snowed in, until spring. So this is the place to be really quiet. Be really careful. Like that's the energy in this is like there's this hush. And I think right now, although Leo is doing great, although Leo is starting to enjoy the company of others, although Leo's feeling sexy again, they haven't met somebody new. And if that King of Swords were to reach out, I feel like Leo could be, engaging with them again. But if everything stays silent, Leo will get beyond this moment and somebody new will come in. So this is touch and go. This could go either way. Is there a better outcome, one way or the other? Eight of Pentacles. For characters to always work toward the life that they actually want to have. That's the best outcome. If this King of Swords could actually drop the ego instead of just feel like, oh, damn it, Leo doesn't, they're not sad over me anymore, so forget it. I can see them doing better and they haven't written me to ask me back in, so forget it. I was going to come toward them any day now, but since I can see they're getting better without me, now I'm not going to come toward them and offer them anything. Okay, then this person's done. They're out of Leo's life. If they were trying to work on things, trying to work on, developing themselves or work on something, fixing with Leo, then that could have been a good outcome. But it's like, where do we put our energy? And that's what we get. They didn't put energy into developing this connection. They just sat and waited and waited and waited and waited. This person has been spying on Leo all this time and letting there be this terrible stagnation. I think this has run its course. It's just like I'm smelling spoiled milk, like somebody has spoiled milk or something spoiled in their fridge, and it's like, okay, you didn't use it. I'm also picturing somebody opening up their crisper drawer and there's like, like slimy vegetables in there, and it's like, okay, you never got around to eating these, cooking these, your cucumbers are all fuzzy now that you can't eat them now. You left them in there too long and you never cooked them, or you never turned them into that salad. This feels like it's too late. It didn't need to go that way, but it did. But now it's kind of okay, because it's more than okay. Let's be honest. I think Leo is supposed to move forward. We've got that death card. I do have to get one more on what that death card indicated. There's a Scorpio, 7 of Cups. There's a whole bunch of different people. I don't know if Leo's about to do some online dating or what. I don't know if they work in a field where they're in front of a computer screen, but the 7 of Cups says Leo is about to have everything at their fingertips. We have a 10 of Pentacles as well. It's a big turning point in Leo's life. There's new options, new opportunities in love, in partnership. I wonder if Leo is going to end up with a water sign and then build like a really awesome life with them. We keep seeing that there's a lot of happiness and family oriented energy, but there's also money and like opportunity for adventure with that 7 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. So everything here just keeps saying Leo's life is dramatically improving. I kind of think that that stagnation with that King of Swords was putting a block on many different blessings in Leo's life. All right, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye.